a place where somebody is going to burn you. So people are scared, and they don't want to. They don't want to exempt themselves from these, crappy religions and the teachings they're giving them. So what was Africa like before these people came in? Were we as crazy as we are now, or we were doing something different? Can you take us there?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
You are listening to Yahudahkintana on Conscious Vibe Radio. Every Saturday, you tune your radio to Conscious Vibe Radio and listen to Mr. Reggae Ambassador alongside Yahudahkintana.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, our followers and our listeners, for another Saturday. I think today is another day to share knowledge.
Yes, man.
I want to say this before I start today's topic. For those see me talking about Christianity and Islam, should get one thing in mind. They shouldn't think I am against their religion. I'm not talking against them. I am only talking about them. We are talking about something and talking against something. I cannot talk against any religion, and I will never talk against any religion. But I can talk about them by sharing my knowledge I have based on my experience. Today, the topic is Africa before foreign religion. How was Africa before we got this foreign religion, which is Christianity and Islam?
Yes.
A guy took one of my video, which I did with you, and he was trying to disprove me. And I don't even want to mention his name here because there are people, there is an account where we say, I want to pick a quiet, they need a platform to share their propaganda. So when you talk about them, they can't try to tell you they want to give you knowledge. At the end of the day, they end up in your program destroying your truth. That is how they work. I know how they plan their thing. So he was trying to disprove me. And they have some secret, they have some ways of dodging the truth. They will not go according to your ways.
Yeah.
They will rather divert you instead of dealing with what you said. Nobody can doubt it. Nobody can tell me it's not true. Religion, foreign religion, Christianity and Islam was from somewhere to somewhere. But before I go, the guy was trying to say something in his video. I am sorry to say this. I want to say something. Once upon a time, I was not born out of my teeth. So there are some words as I'm talking now, you can see my teeth is gone, my teeth is gone. Yeah. So there are some words even I want to pronounce it.
It comes out different.
I can't pronounce it as it is. So in the video, he was trying to tease me. I cannot mention, I cannot pronounce the word, and he was even laughing at my grammar. Really? Say I cannot even conjure good grammar.
Really?
And that is all my case. But I want to tell people why maybe some words I cannot pronounce it. It's because of my teeth. And at the right time, I will fix it.
All right.
Let's put it aside. Islam and Christianity was an imported religion. Either you take it or you leave it. Islam and Christianity was an imported religion. Once upon a time, in the land of Africa, there was no Islam. There was no Quran. There was no Bible. There was no Christianity. If you do your deep research, you can get the actual date it came to Africa. That means it wasn't part of Africa until it came to a time. Now, today we are going to learn deep what was Africa before and why do they bring religion to Africa? Do they just wake up and brought religion, or they have a mission? They have an agenda of bringing religion to Africa.
Okay.
They have an agenda. Before Islam, before Christianity, before Quran, before the Bible, even those who brought the Bible, the Christianity, the Quran, and the Islam, everybody has his own belief system.
Yes.
Get this in mind. You go to the Arab, they have their belief system, their culture, their tradition. You go to Asia, you go to every continent. Let me put it in a continent. Everywhere, people has something they believe.
Yeah.
People has culture.
Yeah.
People has their tradition.
Yeah.
But the issue is, anytime you are able to conquer somebody, you have to impose your culture, your tradition, and your beliefs onto the person.
Okay.
Because you have conquered the person. So you grab the person to be like you. You produce the person to be like you. The person should speak like you, to dress like you, to eat like you, to walk like you,
talk like
to
you,
think like you, to believe like you.
Yep.
Because you overtook the person. You conquered the person. That is how it was. Before religion came to Africa, Africans were having our own belief system. They were believing in the Supreme Court.
Okay.
They believe there is Otedian Kwame.
Yep.
They believe there is Nyumo. They believe there is Urubari. They believe there is Olorun. They believe there is Chineke. They believe according to their geographical locations and their places. So, in those beliefs, they were powerful because they believe in spirituality. And I explained that spirituality, it will be knowledge, to be the modern science. Yep. So the ancient spirituality is the modern science now. Okay, that is how we were living. They respect nature, they respect water, they respect trees, they respect the land, they respect the air. So because they believe man cannot survive without the air, the earth, the water, the trees. So they pay homage, they pay respect to those things in Africa.
Even fire, you know.
In Africa, before the foreign religion came, we were respecting our elders, moral, good morals, doing our everything naturally and organically, living our life. Yeah. Until religion came to Africa. But those who brought religion, they didn't bring God to Africa.
Yeah, we knew God already. Yeah, we knew God. Yeah.
Because we were having beliefs in Africa. But the difference is everybody has his way of believing in the supreme creator or in the supreme God. Okay. So when they came to Africa, they have to do everything to stop us from our own belief system. The way we believe in our God, they have to stop us from it and give us their way of believing. So the way how the Arabians believe their God is now Islam to black people, Africans today. Yeah. The way the Europeans believe their God is now Africans has adopted today. So, those who brought religion discovered something in their lands. If you go to their places, if you go to Europe, they were living without natural resources.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
They don't have natural resources. Yep. They don't have the gold. They don't have the diamonds. Yep. They don't have the trees. They don't have this. So, when they brought religion to Africa, they have to do something to make money from Africa. Okay. How do they do it? They have to give us a place of worship. A holy place. Oh, what? So the holy place of Christians is either in Rome. Yeah. Or Mecca. Or you go to Jerusalem. The Wailing Wall. The holy place of the Arabs is in Mecca. Yep. You go there. But do you know something? Before pilgrimage to Mecca, before pilgrimage to, how do you call it? Jerusalem. Yeah. There was a pilgrimage in Egypt. It's called Abydos. there was a place where in the ancient days in Egypt, all Africans go there to worship, to pay homage, like the Muslims go to Mecca to do the same thing. So that we were having our pilgrimage before they gave us, how do you call it, Mecca now. Yeah. You can do your own research. We call it Abydos in Egypt.
Yeah, that's true.
They
Abydos,
go there, and I think they go there to worship Osiris. So when they conquer Egypt, they conquer black people. They discover one thing. What did they saw? They saw if the whole people can go to a place to worship a god for at least, let me say, 1 month, either 2 weeks, it will fetch money to them.
Yes.
So why won't we adopt it? Why won't we do the same thing? So look at the number of black people going to Mecca in the name of Islam. When you go there, you fetch them money because you go the hotel you sleep, the food you eat, the jalabia you buy back, the tasbih you buy back, the Zamzam water you buy back, the hijab you buy back. They make money from it. So religion, when they came to Africa, they came and met something in Africa. We were having something in common in Africa. So they have to take it away and change it.
Replace it with something.
And take some away and leave theirs. That was our downfall. Because before then, we were powerful. We were living in unity. We were having everything in common. Following our culture and our tradition. But when they brought their religion to Africa, let me start this way. Before they brought the religion, they didn't just brought the religion like that. It was by slavery. So slavery ended in religion. So the last stop of slavery is religion. The Arabian slavery ended in Islam. The European slavery ended in Christianity. So the last stop and the bus stop of slavery is religion. Because now religion has been the umbrella to cover or to sell slavery. Because when they came to Africa, after slavery, they left Islam. You can see the Arabian culture in Islam.
Right now, you see, they even wearing Arabian clothes, but you don't have to wear that.
I am going.
Exactly. Okay.
So they have to blend their culture with the religion. So when they left Islam in Africa, you see Arabian culture in Islam. That is what the African woman, the African man, the African Muslim will be called by Arabian name. Will dress like an Arab. Will marry like an Arab. Will even pray to his God in the language of Arab. That is what they did to Africa. So anytime somebody imitates you, anytime somebody is trying to be like you, you become powerful and popular. Because the person has forgotten who she or he is. It's like, if you come to Ghana here, we have Satawale, we have Stoneboy, we have Sarkodie, we have Black Serif. If I want to do music, and I want to rap like Satawale, anytime I start rapping like Satawale, when the people see me, they see Satawale in me. They cannot see me because I am doing like, so anytime I start singing, they don't remember me, they can't remember me, they only remember Satawale.
That's true.
So anytime every black man will bear an Arabian name, will worship an Arabian God, will dress like an Arabian, will pray in the Arabian language, automatically you are 90% an Arabian.
But right now, if you look at North Africa, they consider themselves as Arabs. You look at Algeria, Tunisia,
the Moroccans.
They call themselves Arabs, but the real Arabs don't even accept them as Arabs. So these guys are just stuck in the middle. They don't want to be Africans because they light skin, and they want to be Arabians, and the real Arabians ain't taking them in. So it's a mess up there. Just to put it out there. Yeah.
So, Mr. Reggie, before they brought their Christianity and their Islam to Africa, we were having our belief system where we believe our spring beings, where they go there and worship them, like I was quoting Abydos in Egypt. So they have to come and conquer there and settle it back to their place. If you go to the Bible inside, the Israelites, once upon a time, they are destined, the covenant box was gotten lost, has been stolen by some people. They came and took the covenant box because that was where their power lies. The same thing. I have some research here. I want to read this. And after reading this, any Muslim who has knowledge about Islam will never argue, but only maybe those who are ignorant will come and think and say something different.
Yeah.
According to history, the black stone has been stolen. Some people stole the black stone for some years. And here I read, yes, the black stone had as what within the Kaaba was stolen by the Kwamaratians in January 930 and taken to their base in present day Bahrain, missing for 23 years before being returning in 952.
Oh, really?
So the power bank of the Arabians, the power bank of the Muslims, which is the black stone, has been stolen once upon a time for 23 good years.
Wow.
And they went and paid it and brought it back. Now,
Yahuda, before you go ahead, let me ask one question. We as a people, we as African people, it looks like we although they forced us to take this types of religion, I mean Christianity and Muslim and Islamic religion, although it was forced on us, right now we are not under any slavery. Okay, there's been generations after generations after generations. So why are we subjecting ourselves to this slavery thing again? I mean, nobody's forcing us to do that.
I think today is the first time of asking this question. I told you when the people came to Africa, they educated, they have to finish our ancestors. They unalive them, they buy them. Now we don't want to use the word KINL.
Yeah.
If not, it will. They buy them. After buying them, they have to educate the children. So it was by education. That is why when we are kids, we have makaranta, we have Sunday schools. So catch them young, and they shall be yours forever.
Wow.
That is what they did to us. After they conquer us, they saw the future. They want to take over and over. So they have to educate and impose and force that thing into us. That is why they keep training us when we are kids.
Yeah.
So now they are doing it through education, through schools. You go to school, they teach you the Quran, they teach you Islam. Before at the age of 10 years, everything has been pushed in your brain.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So you wake up, you train and educate your children with the same thing your children will educate their children with the same thing. So it continues.
So they planted a seed, and right now it's like, the seed, the trees grow, they bear fruits, and the fruits, birds, they also, they bear seeds, and the seeds of the fruits also grow trees, and it's going, and it's not going to stop.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness.
So I think you get my point now.
I got you. Yeah, man, I got you.
So what we are doing today is not for us. The message we are sending today we may not have the impact, but maybe the next generation coming, our children. So this video is for the future generation. They will watch this video. The future generation will watch this video. Because when they were doing that, they did the thing. When they were doing that, it came and affected us. Yeah. So what we are doing today would also take effect in the next generation coming. I think you get my point.
I really hope so, because there's a lot of damage done there. Because right now, grown-ass men, people that need to think are not thinking. Somebody will fight you. Last time I saw somebody on, I think, TikTok, somebody said something against Muhammad, and this guy grabbed the knife, was about to kill him. And all he was saying was, you're speaking against my religion. And he was about to kill this guy. What the hell? And then Christians too, you say anything and they just come after you, And I think it's the money making beside it. It's not just speaking the truth. It's just the money making that comes out of it. People can't survive if we take Christianity and this Islamic religion away, because that's how they make their daily bread. That's what I think.
Yeah, those who came to Africa brought Islam and Christianity. Now there are some people who are sponsoring them to share the message, to spread the message. That is where they make from. That is why sometimes when they come to Africa here, they get to Africa, you will never see in the community, when they come, people ask for, how do you call it, clinics, schools, hospitals. They would rather ask for other churches or mosque.
Yeah, that's true.
To brainwash us more.
That one thing too is not to cut you. One thing is to, especially the Catholic, when they come to the community, they buy land and they build these churches. Okay, they build the churches and everything they teach is Catholic. Okay, I went to St. Joe's Experimental in Kumasi, Ashtown. That's where I went to elementary school, and up till now, I I know a lot about the Roman Catholic doctrine. Some words they recite and everything. I still remember because it was shoved into my head. I was just a little boy. But because we went to a Catholic school, we had to. There were certain things that we had to do. And it's still going on right now. Although we are preaching, they're still planting more seeds. We go to the education system, it's Bible and Quran everywhere, just like you said. So I think we got work to do. We're trying, but it's going to be tough. We got to start from the roots, the grass roots, and uproot this. Else it's not gonna go anywhere. You see what I'm saying?
Mr. Reggae, keep speaking, I'm coming. Keep talking, I'm coming. Okay.
Yeah, it's done. These type of religions have done a lot of damage to African people. When you go to China, that's why Chinese don't tolerate that crap. You see what I'm saying? Just recently, what I didn't like about what they were doing was they were prosecuting these religious people. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, they have their rights too, but you just have to talk to them, to educate them, give them a reason why they shouldn't be doing that. You see what I'm saying? You can't just take a knife or whatever and then or take a gun or suppress them in a way to make them stop doing what they're doing. I think we have to start educating people, so decolonizing their minds, through education. When they came to Africa, every language in Africa has a Bible, a Bible in that language. They translated the Bible into every language in Africa. Now go to the library and ask them, you need a math book, AdMath, or Ghana we call it AdMath, which is I think is calculus. Okay, ask them a book written in tree in calculus. Some guys that were, some guys that I went to school with, they knew the tree language very well. They were getting 110%. Imagine if these guys were using that language to learn physics, mathematics, chemistry, biology, whatever. Imagine. That's why the Chinese are smarter than us, because right now we have to read the book, translate it to our language in our head to understand it.
They won't do that.
And you see, that's but the governments in Africa are not ready to do that. You know, they
now I told you they stand to be our colonizers now, colonial masters now, because they are the middle between, they are the between us and the people, because that is where they eat. I told you, the first law of the table is don't talk when the food is in your mouth. Yep. Because when you talk, the food will fall from your mouth. So they don't need to talk. They knew everything. They knew what they were doing. So until we change all this curriculum, I saw a video when somebody was teaching Tree language in Germany. And I saw Ghanaians were happy because somebody is teaching. I said, no, this thing is going to
it's going to hurt us
in the near future.
Yes.
Because the time is coming. We need African language, general language, one language which we can speak for these people not to understand. And look at what they are doing. So, one thing we have to put in mind is, imagine we the Africans colonize the Europeans. Imagine we the Africans colonize the Arabians, like they will bear our name. They will speak our language. They will dress like us. They will eat our food. They will worship our God. They will come to pilgrimage, like Africa will be Mecca for them. Like Africa will be Italy for them.
Yes.
Like Africa will be Jerusalem for them. But because they are the people who colonize us, that is why they did everything to live their culture they live their culture in the religion, especially when I'm talking about living culture in religion, it is Islam. Because when you go deep Islam, you see that Islam is the combination and the collection of the Arabian culture. That is when automatically when you become a Muslim, you don't live like who you are. You become 90% like them.
Yeah.
Even you cannot pray in your language to their God.
Wow.
Anytime you want to recite a prayer, you need to recite that prayer in the Arabian language.
Oh, wow.
That is what they did. Because they saw there is power in language.
Yes.
They saw, yes, there is power in
culture.
Names.
Yeah, name and culture.
So they have to change your name and for you to bear their names. Yes, when they came to Africa, before foreign religion came to Africa, our ancestors were having a belief where we believe in our ancestors.
Yeah.
We believe in our ancestors. The same thing when they came to Africa. They now told you not to mention your grandfather's name, your dead grandfather's name, but instead you have to mention their ancestors' name, invoking their name. So for those who believe spiritually, it will work for them. Because how can you be in Africa and be calling the name of Abraham, calling the name of Isaac, calling the name of Jacob? How can you be in Africa calling somebody's ancestor Muhammad, Isifu, Musa? That is what they did to Africa.
Oh,
so,
goodness.
Like if they didn't change this name, like who will be invoking our ancestral name? And number two, our ancestors believe in their belief system. Some of them used to pour libation. They pray through their ancestors. Now, they change the ancestors. In Christianity, they have to change the ancestors to be guardian angels. So they will tell you Angel Michael, Angel Raphael. So in Christianity, they tell you everybody has a guardian angel. Before they brought their Angel Michael, Angel Raphael, and Angel Gabriel, we were having our guardian angels, which were our ancestors.
Yes.
So anytime, yes, it was our ancestors. Yeah. So they have to change it to be Saint Louis, Saint Paul, Saint Agnes, Saint Irenaeus. Saint Moses, Saint Ignatius, Saint Aquinas, Saint Thomas. But it should have been your ancestor. So I don't know if a Christian die, is he going to be saint or is going to be an ancestor?
Now, even inside the Catholic Church, they refuse to respect black popes, black bishops, and black. I've seen some videos that makes me, it just tears my heart apart. Just even giving communion, I think it was a bishop or whoever was. There were white people, whiteys lined up, and there was a black woman, I think it was a black woman in the queue, and they were going for communion. And this bishop was putting the communion in their mouth. When it got to the lady's turn, the black lady's turn,
he put it in their hands. Yeah.
Why didn't he slap that bishop? Why didn't she slap the bishop?
She can't do that.
Why can't you do that?
Slap God. She can't slap God. So, Mr. Reggie, that is why they did this. They indoctrinated us. They educated us to see them as divine more than we are. So we see those people divine more than we are. We see a name Muhammad divine more than Ampon. We see a name Paul divine more than Anki. We see a name Musa divine more than Nsengokoji. That is indoctrination. I don't even call this education. It is indoctrination because they indoctrinated us to see them superior over us. So in the name of religion,
Yahudah, give me one second. Give me 1 second. I see a lot of people on Facebook now. Please, when you come, let me know where you're watching from. I see Demi James watching from St. Lucia. Big up, self, brother. Big up. Yeah, Rasengambe from Zambia. Yeah, man, big up. Stevie, let me know where you're watching from. If you come, please like and share and let me know where you're watching from. Yeah, big up. Yahudah, we are in big trouble. Africa is in big trouble. And it's not just Africa. Even in the Caribbean, in the islands. They can't even travel from one place to the other. Just like in Africa, we have borders. Europeans are you can travel from Rome to Italy. I say Rome to Italy, Rome to Germany. You can drive anywhere. When I go to Europe, I drive. You can drive anywhere in Europe. In Africa, you can go from Ghana to Upper Volta, Ouagadougou. You can't even go to Togo without being checked at the border. And we're not thinking about that, Even in the Caribbean, it's the same thing there. So look at America. America is, you can drive from Texas to California to Michigan. Look at where these colonial masters are living. They are together. Why can't we do the same?
We call it divide and conquer. Because if we are united, they can't conquer us. So they have to divide us so that they can conquer us. That is why they brought borders.
So are we dividing ourselves? Because right now they are not ruling us. They are not our governments. They are not. Why are we doing that to ourselves?
Mr. Man, I told you the education they left in Africa is still working in our brain. The education they left in Africa is still working in our brain. I once told you that there is difference between, there are types of trees. We have the pawpaw tree and how do you call it? The coconut tree.
Yes.
When they came to Africa, the type of education they gave to us is like a coconut tree. It took much time before it will come.
Yep.
So when it bears fruit, when you plug it and put it down, it will take much time before it spoils.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Compare coconut and pawpaw.
Yep.
Pawpaw within 3 months it will come.
Gone, yep.
And when it reap, then you cut it, put it 3 days, it will rot. So the type of it, they knew it. That is why they have to start it when we were kids. They will put it in your head so you grow with it. So that is why I'm saying what we are doing, we are not going to get the impact unless the next generation come in. Because I told you, we have 2 types of sick people. The 60 year and the 20 year. When you have medicine, don't give it to the 60 year. So this message we are talking about is not for you and I. It's for the next generation. And tell them how they did to Africans.
So if the thing is not to cut you. The thing is, we even had our own alphabets. I think the last time about a month ago, I recited those alphabets. We did have our alphabets in the Akan language. That's why you call Kofi. I'm called Kwesi. Somebody is called Kwame. How do we come up with those names? Then those names were there before the colonial masters came. So we had our alphabets. It's not. I think. The English alphabet is how many? I think it's
and Mr. Man, and even before the alphabet you were talking about, Africans, we were communicating through sign.
Yes, sign language. Yes. Yep.
Sankopa has a meaning, like something in your back. I can see a cave, something hanging at your back there.
Yeah.
There is a meaning for that, and that's scarf. Yes. It has a meaning.
Yep.
It was by sign. We were communicating by sign.
There's a friend of mine went to. I got this about 20, let's say 20, 30 years ago. I got it from a friend in Michigan. He went. His grandfather went to Africa. This is very old. This thing here is very old. His grandfather went to Africa. He's a whitey. He's from Michigan, Michiganian. His grandfather went to Africa and bought this. And this was his grandfather was, I think, 100 and something years old before he died. Okay,
like my father wanted it.
So this thing is very old. I don't want to sell it, but it's pretty old. And the stupid thing is, I put some black paint on it. So right now, the value is devalued. Nobody's gonna buy it because I messed it up. But this thing is over 100 years old. I'll tell you, not 200, but way over 100. Yeah.
So, Mr. Man, you know what they did in the olden days? When a tribe conquer another tribe, they have to leave their mark. After conquering them, they have to leave their mark, either tribal mark. So when Islam and Christianity came to Africa, they have to leave their mark in Africa. Their mark is the name they gave to us, the language, their God, their religion, their culture, especially Islam. 90% of Islam is the Arabian culture. Because anytime a black man become a Muslim, you look like an Arabian.
Yes. The way they dress, the way they speak, the
way they dress, everything. That is what they did. So you come to Africa. Africa is a place where you can see your colonial masters' mark, because their mark is the religion. Their mark is the Islam.
But I think there's one thing in common with the Arabian culture and African culture. When you become a Muslim, you can marry more women. In Africa, we did the same. We did polygamy.
You see?
So,
yes.
They kind of, I think it was probably not like that, but they incorporated that so we can like it more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And that thing was another strategy to get them easier and simple, because when you can see your culture,
you relate to it. Yeah, you kind of relate.
It is very simple. Yes, so it's another strategy they use. Like before they brought Islam, in our culture, we used to believe when a woman menstruates, she doesn't come to the holiest place. She don't even come to the house. So when they brought Islam, when they came to Africa, we were having those things already. Then they say, if that is so, then
let's incorporate
they have to adopt.
Let's adapt it.
For them to get it easier. That is how religion is working. It's foreign religion came to Africa, destroy everything, especially our culture. And I want to repeat this for everyone to understand. The combination of culture is religion. The organized body of culture is religion. So the organized culture of the Arabians became Islam, which they passed to Africa. So if we were the people who to conquer them, like automatically our culture will be their religion to them. So the Arabian don't see Islam as religion. They see Islam as their culture.
You see, I have one thing to say. Sorry, I've been cutting you, but people are learning from this. There's a lot of people in Facebook that are learning. We got South Africans, we got the islands. We got people from all around the world watching. What I wanted to say is in Africa, we were having wars over land. Okay, I remember that. I remember my Ashanti history. Okay, but anytime we conquered people, we didn't push the Ashanti culture on them. That was a good thing. We conquered the Fantis before, we conquered the Dangerous, but they still have their culture. You see what I'm saying? But these guys came, and then they said, whoa, the culture is their spirit. We got to smash that, So first, they took the Ashanti king and just shoved him somewhere for 20-something years. The culture diminished. And then we started. Right now, you can see the Ashanti king, kneeling to the bishop at the Catholic Church.
Do you know why?
Yeah, go
they
ahead.
discover something in your culture? I say this: your culture is your spirituality, because your spirituality is hidden in your culture. So anytime they destroy your culture, automatically your spirituality
is gone. Oh my God!
So they have to dismantle your culture to affect your spirituality, for them to impose their culture on you. That is what they did. So Arabian culture is hidden in Islam. The European culture is hidden in Christianity. So the last stop of slavery is religion. Because when they leave you, you pay homage to your ancestors. When they leave you, you pour a basin to ancestors. So they have to tell you that is evil and demolish. But you have to worship them, follow them, for them to be calling their ancestors, for you to be invoking their name to help them. That is what they did to Africans. And I assure Africans that it is time Africans are awakening, because I can see the awakening is going higher and higher. And I was saying before they brought their foreign religion, we were believing in higher supreme being.
Yes.
We were believing there is some energy. They came with the same thing, but the only thing they have to do is to change our belief system, our mindset, by telling us following ours is no good. You see, anytime someone conquer you, any history they will write will favor them. Any story they write will favor them. Even if they conquer 2,000 people, they will write they conquer 50,000 people. If they even conquer 50,000 people, they will write they conquer 200 billion people. That is what they did to
until the tiger gets its own historian. You know, the legend will always favor who? The hunter, right? Exactly. Yeah, man. Until
Satan speak, the story will always favor the Bible God.
Rascal. Yeah. You have something. I'm trying to link something. You have something called going back to African identity. I think this got something to do with the religion stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Back to African religion is Africans, back to African identity. Back to African identity is when Africans identify who they are. Yeah. Because when you know who you are, you know what to do for yourself. We lost our identity.
Yes,
we lost who we are. We lost our name, lost our language, lost our dressing, lost our culture, lost our tradition, lost the way we eat, lost the way we pray, lost who we were even worshiping. So automatically we lost.
You know, I learned something from you every time you come here. You know, just today, I used to think that these Islamic names, Isaka and Ibrahim and all those, I thought they were no names that were given to them by their northern tradition. You see, these northerners, a lot of them are Muslims. Okay, so when we were in Ghana and we go to the Zongo and and I saw Isaka and I heard somebody be called Ibrahim and all that. I thought I didn't know it was a Arabic culture. I thought it was from the northern region. You know, if you are from the northern region, you can be called Ibrahim. You know, but right now, from what you're saying, it's not like that. It's the Arabian culture.
Yeah.
Because Ibrahim is not an African name. Ibrahim is not an African name.
No, it's not an African name. Okay. It is an Arabian name. It is like somebody called Philip, George.
Yeah.
David
same thing in that side. Yeah, European names. Got you. Yeah.
The same thing. Because you see, people learn. You know why they have to change names? If you are working with me now, as soon as somebody say Nsengokoji, even if you are working in 10 numbers, if you are 10 in numbers working, when somebody says Nsengokoji, I'll be the first person to 10.
Yes. Or it hits you right there.
That is where my power is.
Yes, yep.
That is why for those who believe spirituality, when you go to a place, they will ask you, what is his name? There are some names, even if you mention, they say, no, I don't want this name. They will tackle some particular and actual name. Why? Because they see there is energy in names. There is power in our names.
Even when you go to, when we were young, we used to go to Malams. And then if you don't go to Malam or you go to Odifo, like the spiritual churches, they ask your name first.
Why your name? So why they need to change our name?
I don't know.
Yes, they have to change your name to lose your power, to bring your power down, because your name carries your power.
Yeah, they ask your name and they ask where you come from, your hometown.
Yes.
But
your hometown.
You can tell them I'm from. You can tell them I'm from Rome, or I'm from England. You know, I'm from Saudi Arabia. You tell them the right place you're from. You know, I mean your real hometown. You know, if you are from northern Ghana, you tell them you are from the Dagomba tribe. This, you know, you're from Ashanti, I'm from Mampong, and then you tell them your name, and they don't want the English name. You see what I'm saying? When you go to Malam or spiritual,
this spirituality, they will not. They don't tell you. They will tell you no. I'm not talking about this.
That confirms what you're saying right now. You know that names carry a heavy load.
Yes.
So that's a spiritual.
Because they have to do some. They will conjure something and do something.
Yeah,
it will go to direct to David. You are not the one we are looking for.
Yeah, man.
So they do that. They have to change it. They have to take your name away and push their name to you. So anytime they keep mentioning their name on you indirectly, they become superior. No, you just imagine every blessed day, mention somebody's name. Every blessed day, mention somebody's name. The person become powerful.
Yeah.
The person becomes superior over you. Yes, because the more you mention the names, the higher the popular the person becomes.
Yeah, become popular. Yeah, that's why Jesus is popular.
Thank you.
Jesus is so popular because everybody is mentioning his name, and the guy never lived.
Do you know something? When they get to Africa, they told our ancestors, they told them worshiping of stones are idol worshiping.
Yeah.
Don't surrender. Don't submit to stone. But the same people who brought the religion, when you do deep research, they are still worshiping, adoring to stone.
Yeah.
You go to Jerusalem, Wailing Wall. You go to Mecca, the black stone is there.
It's very interesting.
Are you getting my point?
Yeah, I get you. It's very interesting.
So they have to push your belief system away for them to impose their belief system on you, for you to be like them. So it is only in Africa when you come, you see a black woman going, you see the face is Chinese. You see the color is Chinese. The hair is India. The name is Arab. That is what they did to black people.
Oh my God, that's so funny. What your this thing is frozen. Your image is frozen.
It's frozen.
Yeah, I hope your line doesn't shut off because a lot of people are listening to this class.
But can you get me? Is it okay now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but your image is frozen. You are not live now. It's like it's frozen. You are not moving. Yeah. Make sure you don't cut it off, please. Oh my goodness. I think.
Are you okay for now?
Yeah. No, you're still frozen. I can hear you. I can see you, but your image is frozen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it will come. Let me go on. Let me go on.
Yeah, talk. Yeah.
Yes, so it's time we Africans, black people, have to start bringing our name back. Once upon a time, my Facebook name was Yahuda bin Yesi. Now I've changed it. Nsangokoji, Ojumora Ayedum, Akegi. That is my name.
You know, I've never been able to pronounce that.
Yeah, you can pronounce it. That is yes, that is an African name.
You know,
that is my name.
I remember some time back in Michigan. You know, I was talking to somebody about Africa, and I was trying to tell them my middle name, which is Kankam. All right, you know,
you're listening to Conscious Vibes.
One of my surnames is Kankam, and when I said Kankam, you know, she took it. She was a woman. She took it literal. So you say I can come. So she was thinking about something. She just started laughing. Why would you call yourself can come? I said,
so, Mr. Reggie, if they came to Africa and told our ancestors, worshipping of stones are evils. Worshipping of stones are evil, is an idol worshipping. Why the Kaaba? Why the black stone in Mecca?
Exactly.
Why the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem?
Exactly.
And when they even came to Africa, our ancestors were not worshipping those things. They were only paying homage. So when you ask a Muslim, they will tell you, oh, that Kaaba is nothing without Islam. You can be a Muslim. The Kaaba is out of Islam. You can be a Muslim and it's out of Islam. But the question here is, if that black stone is nothing in Islam, after some people stole it for 23 years, why do you have to go for it? It's like you have a house. There is something in your house which is not important to you. You don't need. All of the sudden, armed robbers came and robbed it, took it away. Will you go and pay and bring it back home? If it is not important, will you do that?
Yeah.
That means if you follow the armed robbers and pay and bring it back, that means it is important to you.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Any Muslim who is listening to me know what I'm saying is true. After these people came and took the black stone for 23 years, they went back, paid for it, and they brought it back. If you people don't need it, why do you have to go for it again?
Go look for it.
Yes,
I remember.
That means you have to leave it for them.
I remember some weeks back.
Is playing some role in Islam.
Yahud, I remember some weeks back. One apostle, came here and he had he was he and you were going back and forth, and then he made a mention that we Africans were worshiping idols. I felt insulted, when he said that. But excuse me, what can you do? If an African can have this in his mind at this time of the year, what we did in Africa to praise the Creator.
You're listening to Conscious Vybz.
It's idolatry. If an African would say that, that means we are screwed. You see what I'm saying? And this guy proudly said that. And I mean, he repeated that. Because that's what he's been told. The thing came back here. So, you are now live. I think my engineer checked it out and it's working. All right.
Okay, you're okay now?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Still, I mean, people can hear you, so go ahead and talk.
Yeah. So I want to, you see, I learned something from my master Abraham Bimusi recently. He called me and said, Yahuda, do you know what we are doing? I say, yes, master. He said, keep repeating what you are doing. I say, why? He said, those who came to these Europeans, those who brought the religion, they keep repeating John 3:16 until now. So let's keep repeating, telling what we are saying. We repeat and tell black people, before the guardian angel, Angel Gabriel and Angel Raphael, you were having your ancestors. So don't let somebody come with Angel Gabriel, which you don't know, Angel Michael, which you don't know. Don't let somebody take your name, your Echuku, your Kechuku, your Ezieku, your Amponsa, your Sagon. Don't let somebody take that name and implement it or give you different name, a name which you don't know, an ancestor which you don't know. They believe we pray truth angels.
Yeah.
Our prayer truth angels to God.
Yeah.
Yes. Our angels was our ancestors.
Yeah.
Our ancestors used to believe before our prayer will get to the spring, it must to pass through some process before it go there. But when they came to Africa, they told you that process is evil.
It's evil.
You pour libation, you call your ancestor. That means you are going to hellfire with that.
But they have
the same person.
You go to the Catholic Church. They have Mary and Peter and all those statues.
Saint Joseph.
And they do
that.
They kneel into them. So I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand.
They do that.
Hey, I want people to start listening to Muta Baruka. If you know, he's a Jamaican. He's got a very thick Jamaican accent, but you just pay attention to what he's saying and you understand. Jamaican language is just like pidgin. It's spoken with accent. So when you pay attention to what they're saying, you understand everything.
You're listening to Conscious Vybz.
Start listening to Muta Baruka and you understand what Yahuda is saying. Okay, because he's very critical of Christians and Muslims and all that. All right. And people come and argue with him and they can't go anywhere because this guy is very knowledgeable about African history. He knows African history like Black Rasta. Black Rasta knows African history very well. This guy is very knowledgeable about Africa. I mean, all the way back to Kemet. You can't touch this guy. And I want people to start listening to him. And you understand what Yahuda is saying. I've seen. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Reggie,
yeah, go ahead.
After gathering their culture and imposed to Africa, they did it a religion. They have to back up with their prophet and their religious books, which is Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, the Quran, and the Bible. So they claim their books were revealed by God. They claim their books were inspired by God, but it wasn't so. It wasn't true.
Yes.
Those books are a collection of ancient books.
Yeah.
The Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yep.
The Akhenaten, books by books. They have to collect it, put it together, and bring it as the word of God. Because if you get a religion, you must get a prophet. You must get a book. That is why when you come to Africa here, in Africa, we were having our cultures. We were having our cultures. The tribe, this tribe with their culture, this tribe with their culture. The same thing was happening in Europe and the Arabian area.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but the only thing they have to do is to organize their culture, put it in one basket, bring it to Africa as religion. That is the only thing they did. So they were able to unite their culture. They brought their culture together
and then
imposed to Africans.
Wow.
And we took it as religion.
Wow.
We took it as it is God who brought it. No. Because if I am born an African, if I am born a black man, then I need to follow a God. I don't need to dress like the Arabian man.
A God that looks like me. Yeah,
I have to be like a God that look like me.
Yeah.
I have to dress like if I were to dress, I have to dress like who I am.
Yes.
But after they brought Christianity to Africa, look at what we are doing now. We left everything that belongs to us.
Yeah, it's gone.
We are now like them, imitating them, going like them, living like them.
Hey,
so when you go to Europe, you will never see black man in Europe. You will never see black culture in Europe. But when you come to Africa, you will see European culture in Africa. You will see Arabian culture in Africa. Because it was them, first enslaved you, second gave you religion. So the end of slavery is the religion.
Yeah.
But the difference is, when they were bringing their religion, because it started by slavery, they have to unalive you. As you know, they capture us, buy us, and now they say, no, we don't need to do that now. After we conquer them, let's leave our mark. Let's leave the religion. The religion will work for us. The religion will bring the money to us. Every year, let them come to Mecca. Money will come. Let them come to Jerusalem. Money will come.
You see, our ancestors they are crying where they are crying. One black American, I think is one of the movie stars. I can't remember his name, but he went to Africa and he went to Ghana and he went to the slave dungeon, and then he went and slept there. And he said in the middle of the night, he heard cries, like cries. People were crying, like they were talking and crying, literally, These, I'm telling you, our ancestors are alive. Trust me. Because before we came here, we didn't know where we were. Okay? Before your mother gave birth to you, did you know where you were? You didn't. Okay? And when we leave here, we don't know where we're going. And we didn't know who we were or what we were before we came here. And we leave here, we don't know what we're going to be. But I believe we are part of a source, which is greater than everything. I want everybody to go into astrophysics and understand this world, okay, this universe, this galaxies, this Milky Ways. Understand how this whole thing
You're listening
is.
to Conscious Vibes.
Before you limit yourself to something religious, okay, that some Mary somewhere gave birth without. Come on, that's all crap. Get into astrophysics and understand the world. And what I'm trying to say is, I wanna tell people. Get back into African culture. I would throw a challenge there. Every morning not every morning, every weekend, once a week, grab a glass of water and pour libation to your ancestors. And then you see what will happen. All right? There are some people, don't use alcohol. Just use water, all right? Water that you would drink. Use that to call them and tell them what you want. All right? There are people, white people that go to bed and have dreams, and they dream about airplanes, and they dream about technology, and they put them together. We can do the same thing too, all right? And we did. We did have that. We just threw it away. We didn't know what to do with it. Now this guy from Zimbabwe, Chimbuksu or something, Chimbuksu or something. Yeah. This guy is broken the code, about energy. He created energy from nothing. So right now, microwaves, I think it's electro waves or something. Like when you turn on your TV or your radio, the waves that come gets on the antenna so we can hear it. He magnified that and turned it into energy. So he created vehicles, TVs, batteries, stuff that don't need. They charge themselves. They recharge themselves. So no need to plug your car in. Those electric cars that you plug in, his car just charges. It's sitting there. Like you have a TV and you don't have to plug it in. It's always there. And people don't understand because right now, Isaac Newton and Einstein and all those people wrote some formula, and then this guy came and just smacked it all down. And he's been having dreams. That's what he says. It comes vividly, all right. And he wakes up and it's like he just watched a movie and he puts it together. Now the whole world is astonished, and people don't even want to believe him because what he's saying is impossible. All right? But he did it anyway. The cars are there. The motorbikes are there. The televisions are there. The batteries are there.
You're listening to Conscious Vybz.
So there is something, and if somebody tells you that if you don't believe in Jesus Christ or you don't believe in Muhammad, you are nothing, tell them to go to hell. Tell them.
So, Mr. Reggae.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
These people has to bury our spirituality.
Yeah, man.
Bury our energy, bury our belief system, bury our culture, bury our tradition to resurrect their spirituality, their culture, and their belief system. That is what they do. Because anytime somebody wants to take control over you, as soon as they take your name, your language, your spirituality, your culture, and your tradition,
it's gone.
That means you are gone.
It's gone.
Yep. And for them to do that, if they tell you indirectly, you are practicing their culture, their tradition, you may not accept it. So they have to put it in the religious way. By telling you that is the only thing that will lead you to heaven. So if we don't take time, a time is coming. By the time we discover that we need to invoke our ancestral name, we will not get the original name, because if we die by David, we die by Muhammad, we die by Stephen, we die by Dinah, we die by Musa, we die by, Yusuf. The next generation coming, if they are coming to pour libation, as we are saying, which name are they called to pour libation?
Call Yusuf and Isaka.
Then indirectly,
it goes to Arabs.
It will go there.
Oh man, we are screwed. Yeah.
So we have to be smart. We have to be smart. That is why I became smart and took my name. If TikTok, I can even change that my Yahudahkintana. I will try and do something and change it. But I think I got
to do the same. I got to do the same. Yeah. It's a mess.
I was trying to say those books which they claim to be the word of God are not divine books.
No.
It is the collection of ancient books.
No. Yep.
Let me give you a story about a man called Moses. I want, if you're a Christian, if you listen to this, don't insult. Now, you see, I wanted not to talk about Islam. But some Muslims, I don't know where they are coming from. Because they see I am destroying and tearing the Bible off. They are hailing me. And now they are saying, some of them are pushing me, talk about Islam. Talk about Islam.
No.
And I began. Do you know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
The Bible is there. The Quran is there. I quote the Bible. I quote the Quran. Then I show them the contradiction.
Okay, that's all.
The one is, they believe Jesus. Muslims believe Jesus.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do believe.
Christians believe Jesus.
Yeah.
But, Mr. Man, do you know, according to the Bible, where Jesus was born is different from the Quran where Jesus was born. Do you know that?
Really? I mean, different towns.
According to the Bible, if you read the Bible, after Jesus was born, according to Matthew, some 3 wise men came from east.
Yeah.
they presented gift to Jesus. According to Luke, Luke will tell you Jesus was born in a manger. But if you read the Quran, you start from Quran chapter 19, you read from 19 to 30, they will tell you Jesus was born under a palm date tree.
Yeah.
So, why one Jesus with a different place of birth?
Maybe
if this man truly exists. Now, Mr. Reggae, let's do some logic and critical analysis here. Do you know me personally? I am somebody's son. I can be somebody's husband. I am somebody's friend. I am somebody's boyfriend. I am somebody's enemy. I am somebody's lover. So, one person like me, I am different to how people see me. I can be I am somebody's husband. I am the son of my father and my mother. I am the husband of my wife. I am the father of my children.
Exactly.
I am the grandson of my father's father. But if all of them are to give a place I was born, should they give one place or they should give different account?
It should be one. Should be just one account.
So do you know why I'm asking this question? If the Bible says Jesus existed, if the Bible recorded the life of Jesus, if the Quran recorded the life of Jesus, if Jesus is the Son of God according to the Bible, if Jesus is the messenger of Allah according to the Quran, why his birth is different place if he truly existed?
So Quran says he was giving birth under a tree?
Under a date palm tree, under a date palm tree. And when they were even giving birth to him, an angel was crying. And how do you call it? Mary wanted to die. And Mary said, "Oh, my Lord, will you see me to die?" An angel came and told Mary that he should shake the date palm tree and some of the date palm will fall so that she will eat. That is the story according to Quran.
There were no sheep. There were no sheep there. No sheep there.
There were no sheep there. It wasn't in manger. There were no gifts. There were no 3 wise men.
Interesting.
So why one Jesus? Different place of birth, different narration of story. You see, let me show you how. See, after the Bible was written, those who wrote the Quran, they became very smart. They use logic and critical thinking. Let me break it down. If you read the Bible, Genesis chapter 2 verse 16, God told Adam, if you eat the forbidden tree, you're gonna die. Adam didn't die. So the writers of the Quran say, if this man didn't die, then we want to pick the story. Let's change it. So Quran will tell you, when Adam ate the fruit, he didn't die. Adam became a wrongdoer. Because they study and know that a time is coming, people will be asking questions. So they have to answer the question in the Quran. And what was the question? The question was, if God said Adam would die, and Adam lived 930 years, that means Adam didn't die. So Quran has to answer the question by saying Adam didn't die, but rather Adam became a wrongdoer. It makes sense. Logic. Number one. Number two, according to the Bible, when Angel Gabriel came to Mary in the Bible, the Bible will tell you Mary was engaged to Joseph. But the Quran studied the Bible and say, logically, critically, how can somebody be engaged and still be a virgin? It's a question. So let's answer the question in the Quran by telling them Mary wasn't engaged. So the Quran will tell you Mary was.
Oh, hello. Oh, Lord. People, give me 1 second. Yahudah's thing cut off. I don't know why. Let me go back in here and see. Okay. Okay, let me send. I think, guys, give me 1 second. I think something went wrong here. So give me 1 second. Yahudah, if you can hear me, your line.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, so okay, you're back. Okay, good.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh,
are we going?
No, you are not on screen now. I don't get it. There's a second. I sent you a second link. Click on that. Actually.
Okay.
How did that end? I mean, it shouldn't be ending like that. Anyway, let me play some music. Hang in there, my guys checking this thing out. Interesting. Okay.
You guys see me?
Yeah, hold on. My guy is checking it out, so give us 1 second.
You're listening to Conscious Vybz.
Afternoon.
Okay, yeah, you're alive now. Yeah.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can see you. I can hear you. So you can come on. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay. Let me repeat myself for the followers to get me well. Mm-hmm. So I was talking about Jesus. Mm-hmm. The Jesus in the Bible. I don't know if it is the same Jesus in the Quran. I don't know the same Jesus in Christianity is the same Jesus in Islam, because the Jesus in Christianity is the Son of God, but the Jesus in Islam is the messenger of Allah.
Interesting.
This Jesus in Christianity his mother was engaged to Mary. When the angel came, the Bible told us Mary was engaged to Joseph.
Okay.
So logically, critically, there is a question there. How can a woman be engaged to a man and still be a virgin?
Well, hold on. In Africa, we had that. You can, which means you can go and engage a little girl, till she becomes an adult, and then you can marry her. So we used to have that. So I think that's what was going on. We used to have that in Africa.
But with the Bible one, Mary was living with Joseph. That is why he saw when he was pregnant. Joseph said, where do you get the pregnant from?
Okay. Now I got you. Okay.
I think you get my point. Yes.
Yeah. And then I think you need to repeat this again. Last I think 2 weeks ago you explained it. The word virgin doesn't mean that there's a woman that's never slept with a man. It means it's a young woman. Yes, a young woman.
The Betuda and the Alma. So in this case, the writers of the Quran saw how can a woman a virgin be engaged to a man? No, it doesn't go logically. It
doesn't make sense, yeah.
If automatically she's engaged to a man, then she became pregnant, it doesn't make sense. Then if that is the case, when they were writing the Quran, they say Mary was without husband. If a Muslim is here, he cannot tell me I'm lying.
So they didn't say she was a virgin? They didn't say she was a virgin?
She was a virgin. He was a virgin without a man.
Without him? Oh, okay, I get you now. Yeah, all right. Okay.
But in the Bible, Mary was a virgin with a man.
With a man, yeah. Yep.
So how can a woman be a virgin with a man and she become pregnant and you say it wasn't the man? It doesn't go with sense. So let's write another version and tell them she was a virgin without a man, but the Holy Spirit took over. I think with this, there is little logic small. That is how they have to write.
Yeah.
So those who wrote the Quran, they studied the Bible and saw some they think those things doesn't some host some host they have to fix it. That is what they did. Because I don't know one Adam. Now, according to Genesis chapter 2, if you read verse 19, when God created Adam, the Bible says he created animals and brought to Adam, and Adam named them. Right?
Yes, that's true.
But according to Quran chapter 2, verse 31, it was God who taught Adam the names of the animals. So the question here is, if that is
the one that Christians and Muslims don't click, you know.
If that is true, if it was Allah who taught Adam the names of the animal, which language was God speaking with Adam by then? What was the language?
Who knows? I have no idea. Maybe Arabic.
So I don't know the Quran and the Bible are talking about the same God or the same Adam. Because if the God who revealed the Bible, the God who created the Adam in the Bible is the same God who revealed the Quran and the same God who created the Adam in the Quran. Should give us one story about one Adam.
One Adam.
Are you getting my point?
I get you.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
So the writers of the Quran has to see some holes in the Bible for them to rewrite the Quran to answer some questions from the Bible.
Wow.
Because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
By telling God said, when Adam eat, he will die. Adam ate, he left 930 years.
Yes, yeah. But
in this case,
he died anyway, right? He died anyway.
But the Bible said the very day, the day you eat.
The day. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
So, Mr. Reggae, we are telling Africans, let's wake up. Let's wake up and reclaim what belongs to us. Let's wake up and reclaim our spirituality, our knowledge, our identity, our culture, our tradition. Let's be who we are. We have to be okay with who we are. It was only they manipulated us for we to throw ourselves away. Everything black we don't like. We don't like ourselves. We don't know who we are. We hate each other because they manipulated us and they did us divide and conquer. So when the black see the black, we don't like black. When the black see the black, we don't like. We rather love our colonizers more than we love ourselves.
Even I've been hearing some black Americans here saying that we Africans don't like them, and I don't think that's true. I mean, it's been going around, you know, black Americans saying Africans don't like them, and I don't get it. That's not true, you know. But it's been on the internet right now very lately. It's a lot going on TikTok and stuff. You know, black Americans think we don't like them. I don't believe that. We adore, when we were in Africa, we wanted to be black Americans. You know, we were taking their names, and all that. And so when Kalui won the 100-meter race, he was all over Africa. You know, we shaved our hair like his hairstyle. You know, so when they say something like that, it really hurts me. And I think, I don't know, maybe some Africans say something, and they say something against us too. You know, and maybe an African says something against a black American. That doesn't mean we don't, that is the majority. You know, it's just some bad apples. You know, so yeah. So what you're saying is true. Blacks don't like each other, because we screwed. We don't have any culture. You know,
that is how we have been programmed. We don't like each other. I think even last you sent me some video when this white, they line up their children. They drew some black and they were asking, show me the wicked man. He pointed the black collar. Show me the evil one. He pointed the black collar. That is how they train them.
Yeah,
and we are using the same strategy in Africa here. We are doing the same thing.
It's the way we, like you say, the way we've been taught this, the way they portray things to us. Somebody did a research where there were some, white kids. They were school children, white kids and black kids. And now the teacher started telling the white kids that they are inferior. No, that's what they did a study. The teacher started telling the white kids, he kept repeating to them that you are inferior. These black guys are awesome. And they all went like that. they were all crumbled because their souls, their everything went down because of what they've been told. So
the same thing somebody tells you you are a sinner. Anytime somebody tells you are a sinner, you need somebody to save you.
Exactly.
You become inferior.
Yes.
And that is what they did in religion.
Yeah.
You need Jesus to forgive you your sin before you become superior. Yeah. Without Jesus, you are nobody. That is what they did to us.
Yeah.
So
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
The message is going.
Okay.
I don't want. It's not every message I will bring. Let me, like, people are testing me and this thing.
Yeah.
People are watching us. The message is going. Africans, black are waking, and these religious people are also doing their best to stop the message, and they cannot stop it. The only thing they have now is to do propaganda. Then there are propaganda. The Christian propaganda is anytime you quote the Bible, you explain the Bible. They have only three things to say. Either they tell you need spiritual understanding, or they tell you the Bible speaks in Proverbs, or they tell you need the original language, which is the Hebrew. Anytime you quote the Quran, you are trying to explain the Quran, the Muslims will tell you you don't need the translated Quran. You need the original Arab. If you are able to read the Arab to them, they will tell you that the Quran has its own Arabic language, which is the indigenous Arab language.
You're listening to
that is what they do. These are some of their propagandas.
And they start insulting you. One guy was talking about how the planets, go around the sun. They don't fall, and this is simple physics. A thing, anything in motion, a body in motion will keep, it will keep moving until something pulls it down, and then we have gravity. So when you throw a ball, it's going straight, by gravity is pulling down, so it's going to fall down. But the sun also has gravity in it, so the sun is pulling these the planets towards its center. So that's making these planets not fall. They are all in line, orbiting around the sun. People, and I was trying to explain to him, and he said nonsense, and then started quoting the Bible. I'm like, dude, did I insult you? I didn't insult you. I'm just bringing the science in there for you to understand. You're talking about the Bible. I'm talking about science. So why are you insulting me? So I just stopped talking to them.
That is the only thing. And so I keep saying, when the debater loses, insult becomes their weapon. So anytime I see them start insulting me, that means I see myself, I'm a winner. That means they are gone. I win them. They lose. So they have to insult you for you to stop listening to them. So, Mr. Man, let me say some story here which appear in the Bible and in the Quran.
Okay.
When you come to Africa here, you come to Ghana, our brothers accounts.
Yes.
There is a name we have some people call Sapon.
Sapon. Yeah, Japon. Yeah.
The actual name is Sagon. It was Sagon or Sapon. He was a king called King Sagon.
Oh.
In the Akkadian Sumerian Babylonian era. He was called King Sagon. King Sagon. And his story. According to his story, when he was born, he was put in a basket. I want every Christian and every Muslim to go and do research about what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because I know what I am saying. I have facts. You can go and do your own research. Before the Bible, before the Quran, this story existed. King Sagon, after they give birth to him, they put him in a basket and put him on the water.
Just like
way
Moses.
Back before the Bible.
Just like Moses.
They copied that story to be Moses.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Really?
And Quran also copied that story. Do you know the difference between the Bible and the Quran? The difference between the story about the Christianity and the Islam. According to the Bible, Moses, when they put him on the basket, it was Pharaoh's daughter who went and saw Moses in a basket and brought him home.
Yeah.
But according to Islam explanation, they will tell you it was Pharaoh's wife called Aisha who went and saw Moses.
Oh my goodness.
Point number 2. Do you know the flood of Noah?
Yeah, the flood, yeah.
The flood of Noah was a story in a book called Epic of Gilgamesh.
Holy, wow.
So they told that story there. And the difference between the Bible and the Quran is, according to the Bible, Noah has 3 sons. Yeah. All of his sons were saved according to the flood.
Yeah.
But according to the Quran, Quran 11, 42 to 43 said, one of Noah's sons was drowned.
Oh, wow.
But when you ask a Muslim, they will tell you the son of Noah which was drowned was Cana. It's a lie. Cana is not the son of Noah. Cana is the grandson of Noah. According to Genesis chapter 9 and verse 18.
Yeah, I know that. Yep.
But do you know, Muslims have some books which is supporting the Quran. Okay. We call one Hadith. One is called Sunnah. One is called Tafsir. They will tell you, according to the Tafsir explanation, it was Noah's son. But according to the Quran didn't mention the Noah's son which was drawn. But it was the explainers of the Quran who tell you that it was Cana, which Cana wasn't the son of Noah. So I don't know why a book revealed by God carries ancient myth, ancient fiction, ancient delusion, ancient fiction. I don't know why.
You see, these kind of stuff makes me, it makes me ask this question. Why do we have to bother? Why do we have to worry ourselves with this kind of stories? Why can't we just live our lives? Why can't we just live?
We cannot live our life because they told us our life doesn't depend upon us. If there is a life to live, God has opportunity to give us life. You cannot be a Muslim without being with Allah. No matter what you do, they will tell you Allah draws everything. Even according to Hadith, the first thing God created was a pen.
Really?
And the pen asked God, why should I write? So the pen wrote everything about this world. What? Yes, that is according to the Hadith. Okay. They will tell you the first thing Allah created was a pen.
Okay.
And I don't know it was a blue pen or red pen.
Okay.
So
that's funny.
In religion, we cannot depend on our life because they gave us a God and told us everything we are going to do is distinct to that God. So His God is living our life for us. So we don't own our lives. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, take me out. I'm not proud of that.
A Muslim will tell you everything is by the will of Allah.
I forgot.
That means which is happening is by the will of Allah. If Allah didn't will, it will never happen. So wow. Allah will, then it happened.
Wow.
And I don't know the will of Allah. I am to be a black man, be an African. Later, Allah didn't give me the Quran. Allah sent the Quran to the Arabians. Later, you are telling me I should come and take the Quran.
So it's God will that people are born blind, people are born lepers, people are born crippled, somebody go rapes a woman and I get born. And then it's God will that somebody rapes my mom and I come into this world.
According to Islam, it is the will of Allah because Allah knows the best. Allah knows everything which will happen, which is happening will happen. Allah knows all. He knew today we are going to say what we are saying.
That's interesting. Very
if
interesting.
If somebody is planning to rape somebody tomorrow, Allah is aware. He's watching.
I think Christians say the same thing too. Christians say the same thing. Because somebody,
they are twin brothers.
Somebody,
they are father and mother.
I mean, a grown-ass man like me. Somebody kept asking me, "Who created you? Who created me? My mom and dad gave birth to me. Are you serious? I mean, duh. Who created who? I'm not a clay. I'm not a statue. I'm not a sculpture that somebody makes me. My mom gave birth to me. And it took a scientific process, for it to happen. So it's God's will that miscarriages happen and children get aborted and all that. Guys, let's use our common sense, okay? We don't. I mean, if God, I know that.
Using our common sense.
Yeah.
In using our common sense, the whole issue is let's get back to African identity.
Yes, man.
Let's discover who we are.
Yeah.
Let's be who we are.
Yeah.
We are superior.
Yep.
Don't let somebody tell you we are inferior. We are inferior. We are not inferior. We are superior. We are powerful. Being powerful is by knowing your culture, your name, your name, the food you eat, the way that is the power of you. So if somebody take all this thing away from you, automatically you are gone. That is why we lose and we cannot develop as black people.